Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Legends Arceus. On the last episode, Kamado here asked to see us, and with him was the leader of the Diamond Clan, Adaman, and the leader of the Pearl Clan, Irida. And I have been tasked with seeing what's going on with this Pokemon called Cleaver. Now, in between episodes, as I said I would, I went to the pastures and did some sorting, so I'll show you all that I did there in a little bit. But first, Silene needs to speak with us. So let's go see what she has to say. Ah, good, you're already here. Professor Laventon, the briefing, if you please. Yes, let's get right to it. So, Radawillo, I understand you've been requested to find out. So, weird phrasing. Anyway, to find out the cause of Cleaver's frenzied state. But as you're aware by now, Cleaver is a mighty thing, nigh invincible even. The Security Corps tried throwing Pokeballs at Cleaver when they were attacked, but I'm afraid they didn't even come close to catching him. It seems he's a far trickier opponent than even those aggressive species of Pokemon that cannot be caught outside of battle once they're riled. I'd like to be perfectly clear on this point. This mission will put you in extreme danger. Do you believe you can handle it? Well, I mean, not particularly, but, let's keep being a ray of sunshine and say, of course. Very well, then let us go over the particulars. The Diamond and Pearl clans revere their nobles because they believe these Pokemon serve their almighty Sinnoh. They leave offerings to express their gratitude to these Pokemon in locations they call the nobles' seats. So perhaps a good starting point for our research could be to find out what sorts of offerings they leave for this Cleaver. They normally leave for this Cleaver. Radawillo, we need to speak with you. Listen, that rift in space-time seems like it connects this world to a whole other world. That world might be where Almighty Sinnoh itself resides. The true Almighty Sinnoh, that is. The one that rules over time. So if you fell from that space-time rift, that might mean you traveled through time by Almighty Sinnoh's own power. Think of it! You must have been just swimming in its divine might. Well, I've got a favor to ask of you, O amazing time traveler. Don't just study Cleaver. Quell his fury. Well, you certainly caught us at a good time, young Adaman. We were just discussing our next steps with regard to this whole Cleaver situation. Oh, you must be that Galaxy Team scholar I've heard about. Good to meet you, Mr. Professor. Share some of that knowledge with me sometime. Now, let me elaborate a little. Those Pearl Clan types have a lot of respect for Cleaver. You heard his title, Lord of the Woods. I'm sure they'd rather get this under control too, but it's hard for them to come right out and ask for those of the Galaxy Team, of all people, for help. And the truth is, we in the Diamond Clan have a similar problem on our hands. A Pokemon dear to us off in the mountains has flown into the same type of frenzy as Cleaver. Now, there's certainly bad blood between us and the Pearl Clan, but still. We've all got to share Hisui, and that means we ought to tackle our problems together. But there aren't many capable of standing up to such a powerful Pokemon. You're the best hope we've got. You'll find Cleaver at Grand Tree Arena. That's in the very heart of the Heartwood. His warden is a young boy named... I actually don't know how to pronounce his name. If I'm going by Japanese, pronunciation, Leon is what I would believe it would be. Leon? So, I'm just gonna kind of probably make up a new name for him every time I see this. Forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Lian is a brilliant child, but also a bit... well, sometimes brilliance can be blinding, you know. He'll tell you all about his beloved Cleaver, whether you wish him to or not. Anyway, I'm sure you're up to the challenge, so we'll be counting on you. See you later. Wow, he just said his piece and then vanished. He must just value his time that much, I guess. Adamant and Mai weren't wrong, you know. If you're to study and perhaps even quell Cleaver, you'd best start by visiting his abode. Now that we've got the Heights camp, it should come in handy for getting to Grand Tree Arena. And don't forget to visit the pastures. I will, Ray, I will. Choosing your Pokemon team carefully makes a difference. That, indeed, it does. I was hoping a certain quest would be on this board at this point, but it doesn't look like it. So, just you wait, you'll have your time soon. Anyway. Oh, looks like I spoke too soon. Finding yourself unable to pick up the materials you come across? Satchel's always seem full? If that sounds like you, it'd be wise to lend me your ear a moment and hear what I have to say. Okay. Alright, Baggin, I spoke too soon. Your time has indeed come. You carry around even more in that satchel of yours if you learn the trick to packing things in. I can teach you if you'd like. What do you say? Teach me. I like your initiative. My teaching fee is a neat 100 Pokédollars, alright? Yes, please. Perfect, then lend me your ear a moment. You've made space to keep one more kind of item in your satchel. And that's all there is to it. You see how much more you can fit in by packing things rightly? If you want to be able to carry even more things, there's more I can teach you. What do you say? Teach me. 200 Pokédollars. Yep. One more item. Teach me. 300 Pokédollars. You can do more, can't you? 400 Pokédollars. Yes, once more. 500 Pokédollars. I have just spent, what, $1,500 for 5 more spaces in my inventory? Hooray! Now, I have a mod that gives me 100 slots in my inventory to start with. So now I have 105. Do you want to know how many items you can start with without mods? I do believe it is 30. You know what? How about this? How about I Google it right now? You can hear me typing Pokemon Legends Arceus inventory space. You get a maximum of 60 slots, it looks like. Yes. Yes. And at the start of the game, you have even less than I thought. 20 inventory slots. Oh yes, and look at this. It looks like it's gonna cost you almost 4.2 million Poké Dollars to max out your inventory. So yeah, guess what, Mr. Baggin? There's a reason I hate you. I hate you so much that I went ahead and increased my inventory way larger than you could ever make it. Because you suck. And I will never speak to him again in this playthrough. At least not walking up and pressing A, speak to him. Alright, impromptu hate speech out of the way. There's a new request over here. What is this request? Ooh, I know what this one is. I know what this one is. Do I have the items? I do. You there. You seem like someone who enjoys a bit of crafting. Do you think you could help me out with something? I'd be very, very grateful if you'd try to craft something using a special recipe I came up with. So, without further ado, here's the recipe. For a Pokeshi doll. 3 logs of wood. This is the recipe for what I've named Pokeshi dolls. I invented them, you see, as a special item that we could make in this village. I would love to have you craft one and show it to me. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Well, that's easy enough. I'll step over to here and make the Pokeshi doll. And then I'll talk to him. What's this? Why, that's a Pokeshi doll if I ever saw one. Please let me have a closer look. Amazing! Just look how smoothly you've carved these curves. And your attentive carving shows you put a lot of love and care into your handiwork. And these colors, you've definitely given it a vivid look, that's for sure. Yes, these hues must be the very shades of your inner strength and passion. Not to mention, this Pokeshi doll is perfectly balanced. At a glance, you'd think it's sure to fall over, and yet it stubbornly remains upright. Whew! Thank you, I've savored your Pokeshi doll to my heart's content. We've used the same recipe, and yet your Pokeshi doll has a completely different feel than mine. Here, I'll give you a Pokeshi doll I made. I took great care in crafting it, so have a look and see how it differs from the one you made. There's no difference. There's literally no difference. See, they even stack. This is the syllable I was talking about that wood can be made into. Let's see. Crafting materials, and if I tap over here, I can sell him things. $1,000 for a Pokeshi doll. I don't know if that's vanilla or modded, but, you know, $2,000 for that, but again, I can make this better. The Pokeshi dolls, I cannot, though, so you can have one, and I'm going to put the other one in my box, just because I like to carry one of everything. I don't know why. It just feels good to carry one of everything. Or to be in possession of one of everything. So yes, that can go over there, sort my inventory. And now, the pasture. As I said in between episodes, I came along and sorted my pastures. My Pokemon are now in numerical order. So Bidoof is number 10, and it is in the 10th slot. And yeah. Pasture 8 is where my spare Pokemon that I'm hanging on to for various reasons comes in. So this is where all the Wurmple that haven't evolved, because Lord only knows if this is going to become a not Silcoon. Yeah. And pastures 1 and 2, because, okay, so to explain this better, if I leave this on pasture 8, in certain other games, new Pokemon caught would be shoved into pasture 8, but in this game it always starts with pasture 1, and goes into 2, and overflows into 3, so pastures 1 and 2 I always leave for catching Pokemon I've caught, and then other boxes get numerical order. I went through my Bidoof again, or not my Bidoof, my Weasel again, just to make sure I didn't have one big enough. And I found this little tiny 1 foot 11-inch Weasel. It is so small. I had to keep him. And just to prove a point, I am going to come over to the man who wants the big Weasel, just to show you that I'm not joking when I say he wants one 2'8" or bigger. So come over to him. Let's see, check summary. Where is my 2'7" one? It is right here. So this is my biggest Weasel. Yes, I would give up this Pokemon. What the fuck? What the fuck? Pardon me, but what the fuck? That's not how this is supposed to go, excuse you? You're supposed to tell me, oh no, it's not big enough, I want one 2'8" or bigger. Excuse you? How dare you make a liar out of me? Thank you! Look at them side by side. It's almost like the big one is the little one's older sibling. Look how the tip of the little one's snout points up when it looks at us. What a precious little thing. And the big one's flotation sac, there's something reassuring about how large it is, don't you think? Funny how Pokemon of the same species can seem so different depending on which one's bigger. Keeping an eye on Pokemon sizes when you're catching them might spice up your excursions. Thank you for the favor. I know you Survey Corps folks' work is no joke, so keep at it. I'll be rooting for you. Sir? I hate you. Anyway, back over to my pastures to show off what happens when you release Pokemon. Ma'am, I would like to start by just releasing a single Weasel. Let's see, release? Yes. Okay, it is now gone forever. Nothing happened. What happens if I release a second one? Nothing happened. Let's try one more time. Just release a third one. Nothing happened. So very rarely, when you release Pokemon, one by one, a man will come over and say, hey, I've got some items for you, and he'll give you usually a grit dust. But if you release multiple Pokemon at once, you too, little shinks. So this is all the excess stuff that I went and caught because, you know, fattening up my pastures and my Pokédex. Release all of these. Almost 60 Pokemon. Ta-da! He is sure to come and give you items. And not only does he give you a lot of items, he tends to give you more and better items than releasing them individually. Hey there, Redawilla. The Pokemon you released just now left a little something behind for you. Take it, would you? 5 sacks of grit gravel. Alright. I now have 2 Pokemon in my party that I plan to use for, like, the rest of the game. So I think now is a good time as any to talk about grit items. Grit dust and the upgrade grit gravel, eventually grit pebbles and grit rocks. A grit dust can be used to improve the effort levels, the GVs, of Pokemon from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3. Grit Gravel. As you can see, I can't use this on Kenny, but I can use it on Eevee because it can increase 3 to 4 to 5 to, I think, 6. Grit Pebbles are 6 to 7 to 8 to 9, and Rocks do up to 10, which is the maximum. Because, as I said, Eevees and Ivies are all combined into one stat, Pokemon in this game can basically have identical stats with rather little effort. The only thing that really changes is their nature, which you can change later on in the game. Now, as it stands, all I want to do right now is increase Kenny's stats all to 1. This is not a big change, but it will be nice in the future. Eevee, do you have any zeros? You do, so let's get you a little more defense and a little bit more speed. Now, I don't want to use any of these gravels just yet, but just know that I will be mass releasing any excess Pokemon I have to fatten up my grit item stash. And now with that out of the way, let us go back to the Fieldlands. Or rather, get interrupted. How are things, my good friend? I certainly hope you're putting that secret backstrike technique I taught you to good use. Only by accident, but I have to tell you, in a vanilla game, yes, I've put that backstrike technique to very good use, because it really does help you catch Pokemon. Either way, I have some super potions here just for you. Oh, think nothing of it. Having the Survey Corps out and about studying Pokemon is great for business, you know. Supporting you now is actually an investment in my own fortunes. 3 super potions. Bit overkill for my team, but thank you. And now I must depart. There are ruins that are just calling to me. Alright, Volo, you have fun with your ruins. I am going back to the Fieldlands. So just like they said, I can start by going straight to the Heights camp. And that's exactly what I want to do. Here we go. Anytime now, game. Anytime now, game. There we go. Alright. Let's open this up. So, I have to get rid of that. Our next mission is way over here, past the barrels. Let's see. I actually want to come up to this over here and kind of take a look at it. Because if you look at it hard enough, you can kind of see some Pokemon that might be familiar, whether you've played this game or not. There's only 2 of them. I'm not quite entirely certain on what they are, but I'm going to put their names, or the names of all of these Pokemon, at least what I believe they are, on screen for about 2 seconds. So if you don't want to be spoiled, look away right now. Okay. That is that. You can look back. So here's the thing. There's a couple of things I could do. I could come over here and talk to them about Cleaver. I don't remember, but I believe if I do this, I'm once again going to be thrown back to the village. So instead, I am going to explore along this shoreline and come up over here where I didn't go before. So, You're going to be in for some exploration in these next couple of episodes. I'm sorry, I'm trying to pace story with exploration. It can be a little hard, but you know. Let's see. Well, while I'm running around, I want to point out probably an elephant in the room. I am recording on my desktop today, but I forgot my microphone, so I am using my crappy little earbud mics. So if I sound terrible, that is why. By the way, this is kind of a normal-sized cricketune, so yes, that alpha was huge. Now let's see. Do I have... I don't remember. Burmy. I have 3 Burmy. Do I have a male Burmy? What the fuck? Something was trying to attack me and I don't know what. I don't remember. I will have to check that the next time I'm at a camper in the village. Anyway. I see an item. I see something I want. Mine! A springy mushroom. This is what we need for that one quest. I will turn that in eventually. He doesn't actually take the mushroom from me. He just wants me to bring one to him. And it is a crafting item, and you can throw it. So, anywho. Excuse me, Staravia. I really don't care about you. So coming across this little dammed up bit of shore, that there is an alpha barrel. You know what I do when I see an alpha. I put a marker down. I'm not too concerned about this alpha barrel, mainly because, quite frankly, it's fairly easy to get away from alphas. I know I kind of hyped it up when I was looking at the Rapidash, but it's honestly pretty easy to avoid them. Now let's see, I promised that I was going to use this heavy ball to show you how terrible they are to use. And there's actually a bit of trivia I want to go over in regards to heavy balls and feather balls, but I'll get to that in a moment. Here's where I can collect some honey. That rock there would be useful if I wanted a Leafeon, because leveling up or evolving your Pokemon, evolving your EV near it, oh my gosh, is what turns it into a Leafeon. You can also use a Leaf Stone on it. That is... It's seen me, but no. Are you attacking? I can't tell if you're attacking or if you're attacking. Okay. This is a female Combi. I need one. Yes. It's keeping its guard up, using Struggle Bug. That's fine. I really don't care. Get in the ball, Combi. Yay, a female Combi. Okay. Now that that is out of the way, let's see. Down this way is going to be, I think at least, yes, one new Pokemon I can catch. Baneri. I want at least 2 of these, so let me see if I can sneak up on them. Allow me to demonstrate how short of a throw a heavy ball has. I missed! That would have easily hit had I used a Pokeball. Heavy balls have an incredibly short range. But if you can land the hit on a Pokemon that has not seen you, it has a 1.25 catch or times catch rate. A regular Pokeball is a 1 times catch rate. 1.25, obviously better. A feather ball has a regular catch rate unless it is used on special flying Pokemon like that Gyarados or the Staraptor. A Pokemon that just happens to be flying, like the Staravia we see around, don't count. If, however, you use a heavy ball in battle, regardless of if the Pokemon has seen you, it is always a 1.25 times catch rate. So heavy balls are actually better than Pokeballs in battle. That said, let's evolve Silcoon. And now we have a Beautifly. And you, Wurmple, what are you going to evolve into? Please evolve into a not Silcoon. What's it gonna be? Oh, I think this is a Silcoon. Dang it! Oh, this is why I hung on to my other Wurmple. Excuse me, Baneri. Excuse me, I'm trying to climb this hill. Alright, well. By the way, I did not know that, yeah, Heavy Ball's catch rate is increased in battle. That's actually kind of neat to know. Were I playing vanilla, I might do that. So, something of note, that tree there, and this tree here, the ones with the berries and stuff, used to be the only place you could get Cherubi, the pre-evolution of a Cherrim. Mind you, they don't always shake, so there's not always a Cherubi in them. And yes, there's an Alpha Lopunny over there. In my mods, people have realized that this is a really stupid thing, that there's only 2 places to get this Pokemon, so I can get them a little bit easier. And not only that, but before there was a chance to get a Cherrim out of these trees, and it was nigh impossible to catch. It didn't matter what you did, it was redunculously difficult to catch. Excuse me, Combies. Anyway, that's this little strip of land, and next is up that way. I'm trying to think. You know what? I want to come around this way. So let's go back to camp and drop off my Beautifly and Silcoon, pick up a couple more Wurmple, and then head out again. Let's see. Oh, not the Eevee. So this Beautifly is number 20. So it goes right here. And this Silcoon is extra. This Combi is going to come over here and be placed beside the one that cannot evolve. These Baneri, 3 and 4. I can pop these over here. So this is 66, 65, 64. Yes, this is what I do all the time in my normal playing. I sort my Pokemon like crazy. There we go. Alright. Which way do I need to go? I think up and around and then backwards is how I get there. No, this way. This way is how I get there. I've played through this game in this area quite a bit, but I do get turned around a little. Is this a good time to come up here? I feel like this is a good time to come up here. I want to head up towards where that berry tree is, because there is something up there I want to show off, and there's never really a good time for it, so while I'm in the area, I will slowly make my way up. A lot of these hills I'm climbing, you can't climb in vanilla, just FYI. That's an Alpha Stantler. and I want to put it on my map. That's what I wanted to show off. That's literally it. I just wanted to show that there's an alpha Stantler. I'm not gonna catch it. I have no reason to. It might be a Pokedex thing to catch alphas for Stantler, but I really don't care. Pokedexes are easy enough to complete without that. Alright, so we're going back across this little land bridge. And instead of going that way, we're gonna come this way. Yeehaw! Magikarp! Yes, the Gyarados that's flying around by that waterfall is above a Magikarp lake. Now, I might be able to get a couple of Magikarp. They are out of fairways, and they would be easier to catch with feather balls. But, let's see. If I throw a bit of bait, like an Oron berry, they might come towards it. Yes, I think that one is interested. So it'll swim closer. And if I can get it just a little bit closer. Come here. Oh. This one's interested. So there's one Magikarp. Can I get you? Yes! 2 Magikarp. That is all that I need. More Buizel. I don't need more Buizel. By surprise, I do not need more Buizel. That's an Alpha Graveler, the evolved form of Geodude. Speaking of, I forgot to give that one woman a Geodude. I will do that later. Where am I? There I am. I'll just go around it. And then I'm going to use Eevee, because this cracked up rock over here needs to be gotten rid of. And it gives experience. So Eevee, do the job, please. 3 iron chunks and 45 experience for Eevee. New move. Eevee. What new move do you have? Oh, right, and Wurmple needs to evolve. And now Swift. Okay. Wurmple, evolve for me, please. Becoming not Silcoon. What are the eyes? What are the eyes? Yes! Wurmple evolved into Cascoon. Nice! That's what I would have been waiting on. Hopefully my other Wurmple also becomes a Cascoon. And then I will be done evolving Wurmple. So this cave... There's not a lot of caves in this game. There's only a handful. And they're not very big. They're not very complicated. And this one in particular has Machop, which I do need a few of. But it also has Sky Tumblestones, that bright blue right there. 1, 2... Oop. So Machop, I think, are territorial, which means they don't particularly fight all that often, but they will if provoked. So I'm just going to grab the ones that aren't attacking me. Get me some Sky Tumblestones for some of those sweet, sweet feather balls. And then get out of here. I'm gonna grab this. And we're almost done with this cave already. So that, by the way, that one little block or rock that was back there with the tumblestones is, I believe, the only one you can get for a little while, actually. So Sky Tumblestones are a rare commodity, and that's because feather balls are so good. I was going to make a few just to show it off, but I don't think I need to right yet. Instead, let's evolve this Wurmple. Become a Cascoon. Become a Cascoon. Let me see them eyes. Yes, another Cascoon! Alright, we are done evolving Wurmple. Nice! Alright, So, some more Baneri. I do not need them. There's also Combi around here. Shanks, some Zubat at night. There's always Zubat at night. Grab these leeks. Let's see. I don't believe there's anything else I want. Down there is heading towards the story, so I'll go there in a moment. I want to come this way because there are Pokemon over here that I want to catch if I can. The Scythers over here. Oh, there's only 2. I was hoping there'd be 3. I need 3 Scyther. At the end of the day, I need 3 Scyther. You know what? Let's do it. 2 Feather Balls. Just to show you how awesome they are. So obviously, I am too far away to hit these with a Pokeball. Like, I've pulled off some pretty good shots. This is one I could not make. So you want to aim a little lower than the Pokemon, because for some reason these ones fly up a little bit. Look at that. So far away. So good. Oh, I wasn't sure I was going to make that one. Oh, I love Feather Balls. Feather Balls are so good. They make catching Pokemon so easy because you really don't have to get so close to them. Alright. Oh, I forgot to check which one was better. Oh well. I was going to evolve the better one, but it really doesn't matter. I now have a Dustox. Alright. I love Feather Balls so much. Like, once I have enough Tumblestones, Feather Balls basically become my bread and butter when it comes to catching Pokemon. They're that good. Alright. Let's hop over here. Dustox. Cascoon. And all of these, I'm going to pop them right here for release later. The Magikarp, what number are they? 80. 66, 72, 80. So you go here, and you go here. Machop, you're the worst one. You're the middle of the road one. You're the better one. 154. I can't fit these just yet. You have 3 GVs. You have 0. So you're 72 and 73. So 72. And 73. And I still need one more. And yeah. You can come down here because I can release you. You guys are overflow, so I'm going to put you here. And welcome to how I organize Pokemon once again. Okay, so I'm working on a Staraptor in the evolved form of Luxio. I have these guys. Ponyta, I guess you're up. The Eevee can wait because they all evolve in different ways. You know what? Let's evolve one of these bad boys. Kind of bury the hatchet with Weasel, shall we? How long have I been recording? I guess it's kind of gotten away from me. Okay. That's been plenty long enough, actually. So, I feel like I haven't done a whole lot this episode, but it's been 45 minutes according to my recording thing. Obviously, it's going to be less when I've edited some stuff down. The next episode, I am going to come back to the Fieldlands camp and finally show off down here and up here a bit, and possibly get that lost satchel. I'm going to mark it just to make sure. So I'm going to explore this area. After that, I probably won't have enough time, so 2 episodes from now I will finally come over and see what the deal is with Cleaver. Um, in between episodes, I don't Sorry, the whole of my item inventory is bugging me. In between episodes, I might run around and see if I can get more Eevee. See if I can get another Zubat. More Pichu. Well, I might get more Pichu. I'm not sure about that. And another Scyther. So yeah. Between episodes, I might catch a few extra Pokemon, but other than that, you're not going to miss anything. So, I will see you in the next episode. Bye!